If you think you know what courage looks like, wait until you hear what happened in that military courtroom, because once you do, you'll understand why people still talk about the moment the doors swung open and the truth walked in. Before we begin, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Kindness Tales. Your support helps us bring more powerful stories like this to you. Now, imagine a room filled with uniforms, medals, and sharp whispers, each one directed at a young woman standing alone at the center. Her name was Lieutenant Eva Carter, a quiet intelligence officer barely 30, accused of lying about an operation that no one believed she took part in. According to the official record, a SEAL team had conducted a rescue operation deep in hostile territory. According to the whispers around the room, Eva had nothing to do with it. But according to Eva, she was the one who guided the extraction, fed real-time intel, and ultimately saved the team when everything went sideways. The moment she said this aloud, officers scoffed, some smirked openly, and one colonel even muttered, "She's exaggerating again. She always does this." She swallowed the humiliation quietly because Eva wasn't just fighting for her reputation. She knew lives still depended on the truth being heard. 2 weeks earlier, she had intercepted encrypted chatter revealing a hidden cell planning to target the returning SEAL unit. The problem was simple. No one believed she had been on the communications channel that night. The logs were damaged, her access card had malfunctioned, and the officers in charge decided it was easier to dismiss her claims than admit a low-ranked intel officer might have saved their elite warriors. And so she was ordered to appear in front of a review board to justify what they called her fabricated involvement. Eva stood there trembling, not with fear, but with frustration. She wasn't a liar. She wasn't seeking glory. She simply knew what she'd done and what she still needed to prevent. She tried one last time as the board questioned her relentlessly. "Sir, I was on that channel. I provided the extraction route. I warned them when the enemy flanked. Enough," the presiding officer snapped. "There is no proof." A soft laugh rose from the back row, sharp as a blade. Her throat tightened, her palms cold as ice. She felt small, outnumbered, unheard, until the sound of heavy boots echoed through the hallway outside. The courtroom doors slammed open. Every head whipped around. A SEAL unit, full gear, sand still clinging to their boots, dust streaked across their faces, marched in like a storm. At the front was Commander Briggs, a respected leader known for never wasting a word. He walked right past the review board, right past the officers who doubted her, and stopped in front of Eva. Then he saluted her. The room froze. Briggs turned to the board. "Lieutenant Carter is the only reason my men made it home," he said, voice unshakable. "She didn't lie. She saved us." He placed a small black box on the table. Inside were the missions, preserved communications logs, retrieved manually from the damaged relay tower the team had visited on their way back. They clearly showed Eva's ID, her directives, her warnings, her coordination. Every instruction matched the mission timeline perfectly. Gasps filled the room. The colonel who mocked her earlier went pale. An officer covering his mouth whispered, "Oh my God, she was telling the truth!" Briggs wasn't done. He gestured behind him. One by one, the SEALs stepped forward. Each of them removed their helmet, stood formally, and declared exactly what Eva had done for them. "She spotted the ambush. She corrected our path when GPS failed. She gave us the enemy count down to the last man. She saved my life. And mine." Eva's eyes filled with tears she had held back for weeks. She looked at them, the men she had protected, without ever seeing their faces, and for the first time she felt seen. Truly seen. The presiding officer cleared his throat, guilt written across every line on his face. "Lieutenant Carter," he said softly, "it appears we owe you an apology." But Briggs shook his head. "No, sir. What you owe her is recognition." And right there, in the same room where she'd been mocked, doubted, and humiliated, Eva Carter was formally cleared, commended, and promised a promotion recommendation. But recognition wasn't what mattered to her. What mattered was that the SEAL unit, the men she had silently guided in the darkness, stood beside her when the world didn't. As the SEALs escorted her out, Eva paused at the doorway, taking one final look at the officers who once called her a liar. She didn't need to say a word. The truth had already spoken for her. And if you felt the power of her story, the strength in her silence, the courage in her truth, Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Kindness Tales for more stories that restore faith in humanity.